everybody, it's Lunera here and welcome to another Otterly DIY. Happy 2019! I thought I'd start off the new year with a nice little DIY. This is actually something that I do every single year. I make these little loot boxes so throughout the year I can add things to them, such as tickets from concerts that I've been to, cinema tickets, train tickets, you name it, just little memories, and I can open them at the end of the year and look back on what I did throughout the year. Also, how adorable is the new intro? Thank you so much, James, for doing that for me. I genuinely cried when he sent the file over. So for these loot boxes, we are going to be doing Super Mario, Overwatch, and Minecraft, three of my favorite games. To start with, I got 3 boxes from Poundland. You can use any kind of boxes that you want. I wanted the paint to really stand out, so I painted all of them white. It took quite a few coats of paint, if I'm honest, so this video took a little longer than I expected it to. Once happy with the colour that you have on the boxes, it's time to draw the details so that you can then use that as a guideline for painting later. So here's where the DIY fail came about. I didn't realise that when you draw with pencil, when you paint over it, the pencil shows through. Even with multiple coats of paint, it's still carried on showing through, which was so annoying. But I guess you could rub it out beforehand or use a different way of it. Maybe this is something everybody knows. Maybe it's just me who didn't know this. I don't know. So once you're happy with your design, it's time to start painting. I would probably suggest with things like this, maybe using a smaller paintbrush. Found it a little bit tough when I was getting towards the edges, and you can see it gets a little bit messy, but that's okay. But you can already see here where the paint started to show through. I don't know why I didn't check this. One plus side, however, was that I found the pencil linings were actually so helpful when it came to when I was drawing on details with the Sharpie, because the Sharpie was going straight over the pencil. I didn't have to redraw the guidelines or anything, and it just made life so much easier than having to remark and redraw everything all over again. So Sharpies are super helpful for details, but you can also use other things. For example, here I used a piece of card to make the little lock that goes on to the front of a Minecraft box. It's just for decoration, but it definitely added to the effect. The same goes for this box as well. For the Overwatch one, for the detailing, I used a Sharpie. I will admit the Sharpies got just a little bit ruined where I kept on going over them, and obviously it runs against the dried paint. So feel free to use Sharpies, or you could just use cheap felt tip pens, whichever is easier. It's totally optional for where you want the opening of the box to be. So I decided to go for a trick where I cut out certain blocks in the brick part of the Super Mario box, and then I chose that to be the opening for it. Of course, you can just keep it so that you just take the lid off, so nobody really knows what it is, but this I thought would be a lot more fun and better for decoration. So as you can see, I'm just using a sharp scalpel knife to do this. Do be very careful, especially when you put your fingers underneath. The box does move a bit, and of course it helps to hold it from underneath too, but just be careful not to cut yourself. And there we have it, a completed Super Mario box. As you can see, there are pencil lines still there, which is really annoying, but never mind. Onto the Overwatch box. I decided to cut the circle from the top so that I can actually put things through that part instead. Again, just be super careful. You can see by the box itself that the material is quite thick, so it might take a lot of pressing into with the scalpel knife. For this next part, I got some coloured tissue paper. You can use any colour that you want. Basically what I wanted to do is when you open a loot box and it explodes with colour for what you're going to get from the loot box, I wanted to do something like that. Once you're happy with how the tissue paper is threaded through, you're just going to cut part of it so that you can actually still get into the box. I cut certain parts of the tissue paper on the underneath. You're not really going to be seeing this unless you're, purposely taking the lid off to show people. So I just pulled a little bit out so I could still have a good length of tissue paper on the other side and glued down the edges. Then cutting random pieces, I decided to do them with different thicknesses, just like how the light burst through, and then just scrunch them all together just so it didn't look as messy, but still with an oddly nice messy effect. And there we have it for the Overwatch one. So for the Minecraft, I decided to do a pretty standard opening for the box, so you can still just lift the lid off. However, knowing me, I would lose the lid somehow. I'm prone to losing things, so I decided to cut 2 small pieces of ribbon, glue them to one side of the box and then the other to the side of the lid. In doing this, this stays attached, and it reminds me very much of when you open a Minecraft box in the game itself, and the lid just lifts up. So if you're having this against a wall, it just makes it so much easier, and the lid's not going to fall down as easy. And there we have it, the loot boxes for 2019. There are so many different possibilities on things that you can make with this. You can do things from Pokemon, or you could do, say, Bioshock. However you wanted to make them, the possibilities are endless. One thing I did do one year was put a little notepad beside one of the boxes and ask friends and family to write something for me so that I could read them at the end of the year. So thank you so much for joining me for another Otterly DIY video. I hope that you've had an amazing start to 2019, and I look forward to doing some more videos soon. So please like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy. Bye!